Hello everybody, this is Josh Welker from Southwest Baptist University Libraries, and I am going to be giving a quick demonstration on how to add subtitles and title screens to your videos using Windows Live Movie Maker. Windows Live Movie Maker is just a really basic video editing program. It doesn't have a lot of professional types of bells and whistles, but it will help us to get the job done pretty easily for a basic task like this. So we're going to open up our web browser first and download the program. We're just going to search for Windows Live Movie Maker, and we're going to go to this link and we're going to click download. We're going to save the file, and we are going to open it here. And we only want to install Windows Live Movie Maker, not all these other things, so we're going to choose the programs we want to install. And I've already installed Windows Live Movie Maker on this computer, but you're going to want to uncheck everything but Movie Maker, press install, and you can just go with all the default options. I'm just going to close out of this at this point. If you need any assistance installing the software, just contact me and I'd be glad to help you. And we're going to open up our software now by going to the Start menu, and in Programs we will see at the very top, at least in Windows 7 it's at the very top, Windows Live Movie Maker. And this is what the main screen of the program looks like. There's nothing going on at all right now. Over on this right side is where we're going to have sort of a timeline showing everything that's in our video, and this on the left is how we preview our video. So the first thing to do is to add our video so that we can start putting subtitles and all that in it. We're going to click this Add Videos and Photos button. We're going to choose our video. In this case, it's a video of a student reading a poem. And I apologize, because of the screencast software I'm using, you won't be able to hear any of the speech in the video, but that will make it, I guess, all the more relevant to add subtitles to it, because you guys will not be able to otherwise tell what's being said. So that's what our video is. It's very short. There are only 3 lines of text, so we'll be able to pretty quickly add our subtitles. The first thing you'll do is you want to make sure you're on the Home tab in Windows Live Movie Maker, and we are going to click this caption button, and we're going to type in whatever we want our subtitle to say. In this case, she's saying, "Where's that Sarah?" And we want to enter a start time here, and we need to enter the duration of our subtitle. So in this case, she starts talking at 2 seconds, and no, sorry, that's 3 seconds, and she speaks for about 2 seconds. So then if we rewind our video to the beginning and press play, we'll see right at 3 the text will appear, and then it disappears 2 seconds later. So that's pretty simple. We'll go ahead and do the same thing for the rest of the speech. So our next line is, "Has she been abducted?" And once again, we're going to set our start time. In this case, it is 7 seconds, and it's 2 seconds for the duration. And then we're going to fast forward a little bit here by dragging our time bar, and we are going to add another caption. This one, she says, "I'll eat her chips then." And this particular caption, if you can't see the duration fields and all that information, make sure you click on the Format tab at the top. The start time should be 12 seconds, and once again 2 seconds for the duration. And we'll rewind to the beginning and just run through everything and make sure it works like we expected. So there's the first one at 3 seconds, and there's the second one at 7, and the last one at 12. So everything worked as we had hoped it would. It's always a good thing when you're working with computers. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's adding subtitles. I can show you guys real quick also how you can edit the subtitles appearance. There's not a whole lot that we can do. The software is not that advanced, but what we can do is we can change our font, and we can do that by selecting our text, and then we can, at this drop down at the top, select whatever font we want, just like you would do in Microsoft Word. Um, and it's pretty self-explanatory there. I'll change it back to what we had, and you can change the color of your font using this color menu. And if you need to change it to a color that's more readable on a particular background, white is probably the best option for this particular case. You can change your font size using this size menu. You can make it smaller, you can make it large. Just go back to the default. You can stretch out your text box. You can make it taller or shorter. All these options are pretty self-explanatory if you've ever used a Microsoft Office product before. You can also add a transition effect to your text. So if you see up the top right here, there are all these effects, and it'll have your text fade in. It can swoop in from the side, spin around, fancy little things like that. I'm not going to add any of those for now, but just be aware that those are options for you. And unfortunately, using Windows Live Movie Maker, you're not able to change the background color of your text. That would be pretty handy, but unfortunately, it just won't let us do that. That's all that there is to it, to adding subtitles. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys now how to add a custom title screen. So we're going to go back to our Home tab, and we're going to click this title button. And this will give us, at the beginning of our video, just a blank screen with a text box. And we can enter whatever we want here. I'll just enter My Awesome Video by Josh Welker. And when you click off of your text box, you'll notice that it disappears. That's because by default it's using one of those fancy transition effects. If we press play, we can kind of see. If you want to disable that, you can just scroll up to the very top left option, and that one is just a plain block of text that doesn't have any effects going on. So right now our title screen is set to last for 7 seconds, and that's a little long. So let's change that to 3 seconds. So there are 2 steps to this. First, we need to click on our text duration, and we're going to change that to 3. And then also we need to click our Edit tab and then change the slides duration to 3 as well. And then we'll press play, and after 3 seconds it will go right into our video. So it's pretty simple then to add just a plain text screen, and you can edit this text with all the same features as you can use to edit the captions like I just showed you. One additional thing you can do is change the background color. So we'll make it this nice blue that's kind of hard to read. So it's pretty easy then just to add some text for your title screen. You can also create a custom title screen using an image. We'll go ahead and do that, and we're going to click our slide here, this title screen, and we're going to hit the delete key on our keyboard to get rid of it. And then we're going to add a photo, an image that I created as a custom title screen. So we're going to click Add Videos and Photos again, and we are going to click, we're going to use this photo here that I made, and now it is part of our video. And it looks like Windows Live Movie Maker stuck it at the end of our video. We can just click it and drag it back to the beginning, and now it is in the title screen spot. And you can drag like that with the title screen the plain text one just as easily. Um, it looks like it has changed our title screen back to 7 seconds, which again is a little long, so we're going to click the Edit tab again. We're going to change it to 3 seconds, and we'll press play, and then 3 seconds later, we're in our video. So that's really all that there is to it. The last step to making your video is to save it. You want to make sure you don't forget that one. And I'm going to choose this for computer setting because I plan on uploading this. The only difference between all these save settings is that some of them will be a higher quality and larger video file than other ones. If you don't really know or care, you should just use the recommended setting. And I'm just going to call it Subtitles Tutorial, and I'm going to save it to my desktop, and it'll prompt me to decide whether I want to preview the video, and I'll say yes, just to make sure everything works. And there's our subtitle, and everything looks like it pretty much worked the way I wanted it to, so that's good news. So that is really all that there is to it. If you all have any questions about creating a title screen or subtitles, feel free to contact me. Again, I'm Josh Welker. My email address is jwelker@sbuniv.edu, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Thanks for viewing.